Hello, I'm SMB Collector. Yes, you read that video title right. I bought an entire Mario collection. Wow, where do I even begin? Okay, let's start with a couple introductory notes / disclaimers. First, if I ever come off as over-sensationalizing matters or being arrogant or anything, please know that I'm not trying to brag or show off or that sort of thing. It's just that, on the inside, I'm still an excited, Mario-obsessed kid at heart. Mario collecting's my biggest hobby, and it's been a central part of my life for 20-something years, so it only makes sense that I'm going to be excited about this event, but I want to share my joy with you, not try making you jealous. And then lastly, despite the fact that this is all about buying a large amount of stuff at once, I want everyone to know that I don't think a bigger collection necessarily makes someone a better collector. Giant collections can be impressive, but so can small ones built on love and passion. But anyways, with all that said, I hope you'll accept my invitation to join me on this Mario collecting journey. On to the video. Have you ever had the chance of a lifetime, and despite how crazy it'd be to take it, you do so anyway? On an unsuspecting day in September 2020, I got a message on Instagram from a Mario collector named Scott Muma. Much to my surprise, he was selling off his collection and asking if I was interested in anything. When I took a look at the included photos, I was utterly stunned. This wasn't just a few common items. This was a breathtaking collection numbering in the thousands, covering a diverse range of all types, many of which were the same taste of categories I have, but without all being duplicates of my stuff. There were so many gems, such as a Super Mario World twin cooker from Japan, a Pepsi box with a Mario promo on it, a lunchbox shaped like Mario's head, and so much more that I wanted so dearly. My heart was pounding. I didn't know what to do. There I was, just minding my own, when suddenly I had this once-in-a-lifetime chance in front of me. We soon began messaging, and I nervously hoped for an outcome that would please both of us. We haggled a little bit, and I spent a few days thinking things over, but we eventually came to a mutual agreement, so it was just a matter of making the exchange. My initial reaction was for me to drive out to him and pick up the collection in person, but almost instantly we hit a roadblock. I live in the USA, and he lives in Canada, which itself wouldn't normally be a big deal, maybe a bit of a hassle, but there was one teeny tiny detail that got in the way. Nothing major, just a global pandemic raging indiscriminately across humanity. This had caused the border to be closed, so a new plan was quickly set forth, having the collection shipped. It wasn't long before this course of action became a nightmare though, with things like brokers, freight services, customs, how to send the funds, and a bunch of other mind-numbing things like that to consider. But we pushed onwards, crossing hurdle after hurdle, day after day. Then, in October, after what felt like an eternity, we were right on the verge of completing the deal and having it be shipped, when it all came crashing down. It was just not going to be possible to ship it all, with the outrageous fees being among the main reasons. So there I sat, feeling helpless and at a loss. I so deeply wanted to make this deal work, but there was nothing I could realistically do. We messaged a little longer, but with nothing else to say, we went our separate ways. Until over half a year later, in July 2021.
And we begin with this breaking news. The U.S.-Canada border set to reopen. We have a date finally, August 9th. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had...
I had heard talks of the US-Canada border opening back up, so I messaged him again to see if the collection was still available, thinking maybe I could soon have a chance to travel up there and buy it. He replied back saying that he still had most of the collection, but he had sold a few things. Much to my dismay, this included that Pepsi box that I had been so enthralled by, leaving me with some long-lasting sorrow, but this bolstered my determination to get the collection as soon as I could, before more of it could be sold off. I had to move fast. It was on. I decided to do what any rational person would do in this situation. I was going to fly out of the country for the first time so I could retrieve the collection in person and then drive it back in a rental truck. The border wasn't quite open yet, but that gave my girlfriend and I time to get our passports for the trip we'd make up there together, as well as other preliminary stuff, so the wheels looked like they were finally turning again. As things progressed, the border did indeed reopen to vaccinated people like my girlfriend and I, so we mostly just had to wait for our passports to arrive in the mail. We had a date set, November 21st. It was exciting. I could practically taste the personal victory of finally having this collection in my home. But then, as is almost predictable in these sorts of situations, disaster struck again. My passport arrived, but my girlfriend still hadn't, and there were only a few days left before we needed to have all our airline, hotel, and vehicle plans finalized. We held out as long as we could, but time ran out, and we had to postpone the trip and cancel what bookings we had made. The next time we both had a weekend off together was 3 weeks later, so we were more or less forced to reschedule everything for December 12th. It felt like the day I'd have this collection would never come, but in true better late than never fashion, the passport arrived a few days later, so we completed all the planning and just had a few more things left to do. One of them was getting the required COVID test before traveling, so we did that, which felt miserable by the way. Getting a stick probed up my nose and practically stabbing my brain felt like something out of the 1600s. When the results came back, they were
negative.
Phew, finally, something during this whole ordeal went right. Could it be that there wouldn't be any more issues here on out? We booked our flight to the wrong airport. We accidentally got the one that was around 15 miles from the airport near where our rental car and hotel would be. And it was on an island. With only a few days before departure, it was too late to cancel and rebook, so we were just going to have to take an airplane to this island, take a ferry to the mainland, take a shuttle closer inland, take a train closer to the rental place, and then take our rental car, which still wouldn't even be our last form of transportation for the trip. We hadn't even begun traveling yet, and anything and everything that could have gone wrong had gone wrong. I didn't even get into all the specifics here, like how U-Haul waited until the day before our trip to tell us our truck wasn't available at the location we picked, or how my passport came back with a typo saying I'm female. But nevertheless, I just had to try staying positive and keep thinking about all those Mario collectibles I'd be getting. After a long and exhausting time, it was next stop, Canada. We were getting so close to living happily ever after, but amidst all the anticipation, there was still something missing. If only I could have got that Pepsi box. Wait, could it be? It's on eBay! It's the exact same one! I've compared the tears where the glue was and everything. The box, it fell into the hands of a reseller. Curse them. But I have to bid. I have to reunite this box with the collection from whence it came. And think about it. This box was practically mine before the plan to ship the collection failed. So it's only right for it to be in my collection with the rest of my extensive collection of Mario food packagings. Bid. Bid! Ah yes, now with this piece, we can truly live happily ever... Stay positive. Just keep thinking about all those Mario collectibles I'll be getting. Just think about the Marios. To see a vlog of the trip and an unforgettable full unboxing of the entire collection, check out the upcoming parts in this series when they drop. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss them. An enormous thanks to my girlfriend for being a most invaluable help and companion during this whole undertaking, and a giant thanks to Scott too for reaching out to me and being so ready and willing to get this collection into my hands. I originally had some hesitation conversing with him since he had been trolling in some YouTube comments, and though I'm not trying to excuse that behavior, I am happy to report that, as I'll be mentioning next video, I found him to be really kind and caring in real life, and the troll is just an online persona of his. But anyways, none of this would have been possible without these two, so thanks again to them. And of course, a big thanks to all of you for watching this video and joining me for the rest in this series. Thanks for watching.